You and your noises already. Jesus.
It's me. I'm just getting in the zone. All right, welcome back to the Bonsai Movie Crew. Oh, we got a special guest this week. Our good buddy Josh. He came in to do Infinity Pool with us this week, which he's so excited to talk about.
Pumped.
So pumped for it. So, because we, and I think that this is something that needs to be pretty much standard. I think because we have a guest, we're going to go ahead and skip news. Because we did the same thing for Alec, and I think that's a probably good idea.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're going to skip news and trailers and stuff. And we're just going to go ahead and jump right into what everybody's been watching.
What the hell have you been watching?
So, let's start out with our guest. What did you watch this week, Josh?
I watched Infinity Pool.
Did you watch anything else?
I don't think I did.
He's like, no, I don't watch anything. No TV, no movies, nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like of all people, you and Jess usually make time for TV.
I mean, beside all of this going on, I've got my plywood and all that other stuff in. I really haven't been home much.
Oh, okay.
This is
Hold on. This is getting on my nerves right here. I don't like this.
What is it?
This right here. It's like in your face.
We're not
I know,
used to.
I tried to move it away.
No, I'm talking
and
about this. Like it's like way up there. That's
See?
better.
now I can see me.
And then hold on, we're gonna raise this.
Raise the boomstick.
Ah, yes. I feel better about that.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
That's good. All right, I feel better.
We're
about
so
that.
prepared.
Yeah,
A little lower
it was
next
just
time.
it was like just not good. All right, so anyway, so that's all you watched was just Infinity Pool, huh?
Yeah, I watched Infinity Pool back on Tuesday.
Oh wow, you watched it way back there. Wow, I watched this last night,
I watched it on Saturday.
I
The
watched
plan
it
was
last
to watch
night.
it again and just like
but you didn't want to.
I did
It's
not
like
want
one
to.
viewing was enough.
It was.
All right, we'll get
You're
there.
getting ahead now. Everybody's like, oh, well, we know what they liked.
All
there.
right, well, Eric, what did you watch this week, man?
I just watched the Vikings show. I didn't get to watch anything else. I just watched Vikings during the dinner.
What?
I started watching Breaking Bad last night.
Oh, so you did watch
So
something.
yeah, you watched something.
I forgot.
I forgot. I haven't watched. I never
we
watched
do that
Breaking
a
Bad.
lot.
People's like, you've never seen Breaking Bad? No, because I know what happens at the end.
Right.
Everybody's
this is
done
the
told
third
me.
time I've watched this season.
Let's see. I it's the same way with me with Vikings. I can rewatch that all.
I was the same
time.
way with Game of Thrones. I could watch. I've watched it probably 3 times now.
Have you seen House of Dragons?
Yeah, I really like it.
I didn't
It's
like
just a live action Shrek.
What? What
House
is?
of the Dragon.
Oh, House of Dragon. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That was funny.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw that that little clip.
Yeah.
All right, so Karen, what have you been watching?
I watched Archer. As always, I watched at least an episode of Archer. I didn't get to Cabinet of Curiosities because I never got around to that one. I watched a movie called The Cottage, which was like a dark comedy.
I think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it has Andy Serkis, who played Smeagol.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's an English dark comedy, but it was really good. I kind of hated the ending, but it was funny. I watched Necromantic. That was the Joe Bob movie this week. I watched Dead Girl. I watched The Pledge. I watched Fletch, and I watched Cops and Robertsons. That's it.
She just kind of speed ran right through all those.
Well, we had kind of a Chevy Chase Sunday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because Jeremiah had never seen Fletch, and neither one of us remembered Cops and Robertsons very well. So Fletch is freaking hilarious. I don't remember being that funny. And then Cops and Robertsons was actually pretty funny.
It's been so long since I've watched Fletch.
Oh man, I was scrolling from some of those parts.
Well, I guess I watched the new episode of The Last of Us. We watched Crystal had never seen Red Eye, the Wes Craven movie, and I was like, oh yeah, we could, because she was in the mood for like a sort of like.
I've only seen that once. It's been years.
Yeah, she's only seen it like I've only seen it once before, and I was like, yeah, we could check this out. I was like, this is probably up your alley here, because she likes those kind of thriller, stalker-ish type movies, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, let's check this one out. This one's Wes Craven. You know, it's not a bad movie. So we got to watch it, and I'm like, oh, damn, this movie is not as good as I remembered it being.
Really?
Yeah, it's just one of those movies that, like, I'm like, it goes so fast.
I think a lot of those movies, like the thriller and like the stalker kind of movies, the second time you watch it is never as good because you know what happens. You know.
Well,
what...
that is true, but that wasn't why I thought it was bad. I was like, I was watching, and I'm like, so it goes from her going to the airport to her getting on the airplane, and then most of the movie is them on the plane in those two seats talking to each other, and then like the climax of the movie happens so fast that you're like, oh, it's over already.
So the
like,
timing,
there was no
the
build
pacing
up
of the
really.
movie.
Like the pacing was kind of bad,
yeah,
and the dialogue was kind of bad,
which is so strange for Wes Craven. He's usually so
right.
good at
And
that.
it was one of those movies where I was like, I know he's all about his strong female leads, and that's what she was, and it was cool. Like at that point of the movie where she finally starts beating that dude's ass, you're
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah, you know. But then it happens so abruptly. He doesn't even die. He essentially gets arrested. You know what I mean? As far as you know, anyway.
Yeah.
So like it's just, but I think Cillian Murphy, I think he's great. So
Yeah.
I just, you know, I love watching him in anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those movies. Like, Like the second time watching, I was like, I liked it better the first time.
I barely remember it.
I
I just know he was the bad guy.
watched that, and I watched Knock at the Cabin last night, and we won't get too much into that because that's apparently going to be our pick for next week.
Well, just give away the whole
Well,
show.
you know,
Jesus.
it's next week. Stick around, son. Josh is
So
looking.
much better movie.
Well,
already-
that's it, guys. We'll
Yeah. See you
I
guys
plan-
next week.
I plan on watching it again, so
Yeah.
like that's why I watched it last. I was like, I'm going to watch it twice because
yeah.
I like reviewing movies that I've seen twice, so I can kind of take it all in.
Yeah.
That's why like this movie, Infinity Pool, I was like, whew, you know, like I don't know if I got it all in one watch. It was like, but anyway, yeah, that's all I've watched. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the movie.
Yeah, I think we're all anticipating that one.
Yeah, so let's do that.
Let's talk about the movie.
All right, so all right, let's go around and let's see who would recommend and rewatch. Starting, we already know John. Eric, what do you think? Would you recommend and would you
No.
rewatch? No and no.
No, no.
No and no. Okay, all right. You don't have to give us a reason. We'll get there.
I'm no and no.
No and no. Okay.
No, no.
What about you, Karen?
No.
No and no.
No,
What about
no.
you?
Hell no.
No, no.
Josh is like, hell no.
To which one?
All of it.
Every bit of it. I hate the guy even more.
Alexander
The only reason I
Skarsgård.
liked the movie was because of him, and
Oh, he's the main reason.
now I
like the
hate
movie.
him. So
I don't know, man.
Oh no.
The movie made me hate
Don't
the
let
actor.
that. Just
No,
go watch,
I don't think
Just
I-
go watch
yeah.
The Northman, and you'll feel better.
I've been wanting to
I
watch
love
that.
The Northman.
I've been wanting to watch that for.
Oh, it's so
That's
good.
on my list
it's
right
so
now.
Good. I don't care what you say. It's good.
that's all right.
Kendra's the one pointed that movie out to me. She's like, "We should go watch that." And I was like, "All right."
Well, I gotta say, I would recommend this to a very niche crowd. Like that's about it. And would
Yeah.
I watch it again? Probably not. I don't think I'll ever watch this movie again. And it's definitely got its fucking flaws.
Oh. What was
Oh.
good about it?
Huh?
What was good
There were
about
some
it?
good things about it.
Now, okay.
It wasn't all bad.
I'm not
No.
trying to be,
Josh is
I'm
like,
not,
it
I'm not
was.
trying
It
to
was
be a
fucking
total
terrible.
dick about it, but like, let me just ask this question because, all right, I sat after it ended for like a good 15 minutes,
Trying to figure out what you just watched.
just trying to like understand if I understood it correctly, because I
Right.
kind of I didn't want to be like
I'm
one
still
of,
like that today.
well, I didn't want to be one of those assholes that's like, you know, oh, it meant this, and, you know, like, it meant something more than it really did, or whatever. But this is how I took it. So, like, all of the other ones had somebody that they went through that with,
yeah,
right? So
Right.
they all had,
because
like,
they were all couples.
yeah, they were all couples, and they all had somebody else, and they all went through, like, what is a pretty traumatic experience, you know, seeing yourself die, like, over and over again.
3 times. Yeah, as a matter of fact.
And, yeah, and, like, you know.
And it's still at me at the end. I still had the question was like,
Third
is
time
he the
killed
clone
himself.
or is he the real one? You know,
Right, but they've all done it at this point, like every year they do that for vacation. That's just
They're
just their
normal.
yearly vacation at this point. So they've got a significant other that they do this every year with, And the first time they went through it with their significant other. They had somebody to kind of bounce it off of
Right.
and, go back to normal life with having gone through that experience together. He had no one. So when it was time to go back to normal life, he couldn't because
He couldn't even talk to anybody.
yeah,
about
he
it.
had nobody to share what he just went through with.
Well, I mean, he had his wife to share it with, but she wanted to shut it out like completely.
Right, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
she
saying.
took off before
she
the real
didn't,
shit
but
really
she
hit
didn't
the
have
fan.
that same experience that he did, where he
Yeah.
got
To watch himself die.
yeah, like where he
She
was
didn't
going
see-
through it with them in like a fun way for a little while, and like you know what I mean. She didn't stick around for the whole experience that he got, so he was supposed to just go back to normal life like they did, with no one to talk to about what he went through, and
Well, he
I think
didn't.
he just couldn't. I
Yeah.
think that he just went back to that beach, sat in the rain because he literally could not go back to anything.
Yeah.
Is that how everybody else took it?
No, I didn't take it like that at all. I didn't take it that he went back to the beach.
He did
He
though.
did though.
No, I don't think he did. I think that was like,
Like
his
mind.
a transcendent thing with his mind. Like he wasn't actually there. I don't think that's what that was. I think that was showing a part of him that had stayed there. I don't think that was actually him staying back at the hotel because he was in the bus headed back to with those guys.
Right, but you see him at the plane or at the airport, and then you see his plane take off and him watch it take off.
So this was the hardest part for me to try to understand which aspect he was coming. Like I couldn't tell if they were drunk or high or if that
They were
was
all of
real,
it, all of
Yeah,
it.
not
everything.
real. And I just,
That was the thing. Like, so all the psychedelic bullshit, I hated every part of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
I hated
And
it
the
because
music?
yeah, because
Those
well,
scenes
what? That was the
drag
best- no, I'm
so
just kidding.
because
fucking
it
long.
seems like, and I even wrote this down. It seems like movies nowadays, whenever they want to do something that like is supposed to be like all psychedelic, they just blur the fuck out of it, throw a bunch of images in there, and then give you a bunch of fucking colorful lens flares and shit. It's
I'm
like,
sorry,
and a
but
deep
those
bass line.
yeah, and I'm like, what the
those
fuck is
scenes,
going on?
Those scenes just took fucking forever.
Oh, forever!
to get
It
through.
saturated a third of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's how I interpreted the ending because
First note, stupid spinning opening scene.
Yeah, I hated that too. The opening where it was like, I was like,
That
what the
fucked
fuck?
with my
I was
mind
like,
so
I
bad.
probably would have been okay with that, but like the opening, whenever they're like spinning, I was like, why are they doing this?
It was no. It
I
was
get
literally
that there was
making me
probably a
dizzy.
meaning behind it, but I'm like, this is so fucking stupid.
yeah, that was how I took it because I seen him see the plane take off, and then the next thing you see him back at the hotel, and he's sitting in the rain by himself, just staring off, and that's how I took it. Was that
See, but I also
he
don't
just had
understand
nobody
because
else.
he is supposed to be like, so he doesn't have money.
No, not his wife does. He
His
does.
wife has the
Correct.
money, so
Yeah.
he's just like vacationing on a dime, on her dime. You know what I mean? And like doing all this
Oh
shit.
no, I don't think he's a good person.
Well, and then yeah, right. And then come to find out he never lost his
His passport.
passport. He just hid it from her. 'cause he
Right,
wanted
I
to
didn't
stay.
get that either. Like, why did he hide it after what happened? Like, I'd be wanting to get the fuck out of there, like right
Because I think he
away.
was intrigued. It spiked his interest.
Oh no.
So I think that what happened was because he went there looking for something, for more inspiration for his
yeah,
own
I think
book.
he wanted to
that's
bang the
true. I
blonde
mean,
more.
yeah, but fuck
that.
that's-
Yeah, and the blonde.
I think he just wanted to
And,
bang.
and I'll
Well,
tell
I
you right
mean-
now, dude. Mia Goth, she
Whew.
was the best part of this.
Yeah, her as a
movie.
blonde.
I told you, dude. She's
I don't
not,
even like blondes, but fuck.
Yeah, I told you, dude. She's quickly becoming your like new psychopath.
She
like,
absolutely was the best part. She's the best acting, the best, all of it. The best part of this movie, hands
Yeah.
down.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think Alexander
Yeah, I'd say
Skarsgård did
Alexander
good
did
for
pretty
what
good
he was
job.
given.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, and he did a good job because he's a dick.
Yeah.
You know, he portrayed
He can
like
pull
this-
that off
yeah,
easily.
Yeah.
I mean, I know him as Eric Northman, so
fucking
from
the
True
dog.
Blood. Yeah.
He's like a dog.
Yeah.
I never
But
read Battleship.
yeah, he was in Battleship. He's been all kinds of shit. He was in the Kong versus Godzilla or whatever. He's been in a bunch of stuff. But I'm like, but he was in the Northman, dude. He's in the Northman. He's a fucking Viking. So, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of things. Like, I hated. So some of the like, there was a gratuitous amount of nudity in this movie that I was like,
Yeah.
completely unnecessary, like the orgies and all that shit, like the psychedelic bullshit. And I get it; it's supposed to express like,
That was
just like his fucking trippy hippie montages of like sex, drugs, and a good time, or whatever. But it's just like those scenes take so long to get through.
I think they could have done a little less of it, but
Yeah.
I think what it's supposed to show is this contrast between, like, they're showing what pleasures they're giving to him, and then, like, that stark contrast between the horror part of it, where, the script gets flipped.
Right.
It could have been a little less, but I'm just saying that I think that was the contrast they were going for.
The only thing I got from that when I was seeing it for the first time is kind of made me think of like when you were little and you turned on like the HBO channels and on cable TV and you'd like the porn. It was like the old colored.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
think I
nipple.
see a boob.
I see a nipple.
I saw a nipple.
That's what I was getting from like
I just saw a
I was
penis.
cracking up the whole time when that scene was going on because that was all it made me think of was like the old cable trying to.
It's
flip
so
through
dumb.
HBO.
It takes me back to like some of those more, I don't know, they try to do this like artistic bullshit.
Yeah,
with,
and it doesn't need it.
with sexual scenes and stuff like they did. Like, you ever seen Salem's Lot? Or I mean, not Salem's Lot.
I was sad.
Lords
I've
of
seen
Salem.
Salem's Lot.
And for one,
Oh
I
no,
thought
I've never seen Lords of Salem because I gave up on Rob Zombie.
that movie was a piece of dog shit.
They're all.
I'd rather eat
they're
dog
all
shit
a
than
piece
watch
of
that
shit.
movie again.
They're all
But
pieces of shit.
that's
I
what he
don't
tried to
watch
do a
them.
lot of that with like. There's this like scene of like these 4 guys in like these masks and things, and they're just sitting in chairs with their dicks out, and they're just like stroking their like. I'm like, what is the point of that? Like, what are we supposed to get out of this? Like, what is the point? And I don't understand. Like, there's a part where like he makes her a priest makes Sherry Moon Zombie give him a blowjob right there, and you know what I mean. And then it like cuts. So I don't even know. Like, that's what this reminded me of. Like, it's just a bunch of pointless shit that you don't know the meaning to it, but they're like, oh, but it's artistic, and it's fucking annoying.
Well, see, that's why I was like the ending part of it. I was like, am I thinking too hard about this?
Right,
I
exactly.
think you were thinking too
Maybe
hard
I
about
was.
it.
I might
Like,
have been.
because of that.
Maybe I
artistic,
overthought it,
like that
like-
artistic arc or whatever.
Well,
and I was
goddamn, they
thinking-
tried to make the whole fucking movie
right,
an art piece.
Right. That's why I was like, when at the end, I'm like, I think that's what happened.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Towards the end of the movie, it started getting kind of fun because you're like, finally, we're getting into like the cat and mouse thing where they're chasing him around this resort and kind of hunting him down to like,
yeah.
like that got fun.
Yeah.
So
To a point.
to a point, yeah.
Yeah, and then she whips out her tit, and I was done
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
dude.
I was done
whenever
with it
that
right
happened, I
after
was
that.
like, what the fuck?
I was done
Like, she
again.
pulls her tit out and he just starts sucking her tit. I'm like,
if he
what
would
the
have
fuck is
bit
going
her
on?
nipple off, I'd have been more intrigued.
That was one,
But that was
that was
all.
another thing that I was
Yeah.
like, they were like showing the sex scenes and like you see this like nipple and like
And,
something's
like, something,
coming
like,
out of it. I'm like,
clear?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that's fucking disgusting.
Looked like
But-
super glue or something.
But this was also directed by
Cronenberg.
Cronenberg.
Body horror.
Yeah, so it's his son. It's Dave Cronenberg.
I wrote that down like father, like son.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I see. Because I even wrote it down before I even realized it. I said,
Yeah, I read.
I said, this is almost. I said, this
is
is almost some
That's my
Cronenberg
chicken
shit. And then I
scratch.
looked and I'm like, holy fuck, his son directed it. No wonder. So, yeah.
You didn't know that going in? I
I
actually
did
know
not.
that.
I did not. So his name is Brandon Cronenberg, is the
Yeah.
writer and director.
Yeah.
It's David Cronenberg, which he's
You know,
known
we
for
didn't
like
do like a
body horror
synopsis
type
or anything
bullshit.
like we
didn't.
usually do.
Now, like
didn't.
during like the scene where they first show him like being doubled, that fucking trip. You imagine tripping on shrooms or something watching this?
Oh, could you imagine having
Oh my
epilepsy?
God,
Like you're not getting out of there alive.
fuck.
You know, this was one thing that I didn't quite understand, and again, maybe I'm overthinking this, but so they're in their culture, like the oldest goes in, then they kill like the double.
Yeah.
But you know, back in the day, it was they killed the real person or whatever. But like
It was funny because the whole point of the doubles is to raise
money
to have money raised for
and to not kill tourism.
to not
because-
kill tourism.
yeah.
Because,
So
so dumb.
Okay.
like what a dumb.
they
reason.
sit there because they have to be there. It's not an option. They have to be there for the killing. They have to sit there and watch it, but they sit with the family, like the other members of the family. So either A, the culture doesn't give a shit that they're killing a double anymore, or B, like they're just oblivious to there being two of them there.
Or they're killing the real one, and the double's taking the
That's
place
the
of the
twist
real
I
one.
wanted.
But see, they don't-
Well,
but see,
that's
how would you
that's
know?
too common of a twist.
But then
but how would
again-
But
you
it needs
know?
something.
They could tell the
Right.
people that, and they could tell them this, and nobody would really know
Well,
what the
see,
yeah,
here-
it
here-
really wouldn't know the
here's-
difference.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Here's where I'm getting with it. Now,
I don't
are
think
the,
that
are
was
the
supposed
dou-
to really matter.
Are the
yeah,
doubles?
that's how I took
Yeah.
it too. I don't think that it matters whether he was real or whether he was the double.
Yeah.
I don't think that matters at all because they were absolutely the same person.
Well,
Because
here-
they
here's-
asked,
Regardless.
one of the
here's
guys
where I'm
asked the
getting
question,
at
like,
with it.
do you think that you're the real one or the fake? And he goes,
Yeah.
He goes, and another one was like, I don't think it really matters. And I
So-
really don't
Exactly, and
care.
I thought that too when it happened, but I didn't care.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing I'm getting at with that. You notice at the last time when he killed his double, the double didn't talk. I mean, was he under drugs or was he not able to speak? Was he not a full double? Like I don't know how they went about that.
See, the funny part about this is
He was more animal.
knowing
than he
whether or
was-
not knowing whether or not you're the real one or the double, which one they're going to kill if you fuck up, should scare them. Mm-hmm. Because what if they just make a double of you, put them out back into the public, and then kill you? Like, you're not that double.
Yeah.
Like, there is a 50-50 chance they might take your ass and just kill you and send your double out back into the world.
yeah.
So, like, I would be afraid of that aspect. Like, if I got away with it the first time, like, okay, so I didn't die, my double did. I'm not going to take my chance again.
No, I mean,
You know, but they were like, no, who cares? You know what I mean? We got the money. We'll just buy more doubles.
So
that-
the whole premise of this whole movie is they went on vacation. Just so I'm understanding what you guys are seeing too, is that they go to this resort knowing that they can do things, get in trouble,
Right.
pay the money, get the double, watch themselves be killed, and then go back out and have more fun and do more dumb stuff.
Exactly.
Yes,
And
this
then-
is-
It's a rich person mentality.
yeah,
is what
it's
they're
their
getting at, like-
their version of vacation. It's their version of Disney World.
because at the very end they were all just sitting on that bus or the plane and they're all just going back to
They're going back to their
and
normal
it's just
lives, yeah,
doing
where they
stuff.
have to be normal
That's what I'm
people.
saying. Like, that's why I thought the ending was what it was, because you see them all sitting there with their significant others, and they're all having normal conversations. She's talking about moving furniture. She's talking about going back to work. She's talking about, and he's sitting back there in the back of the bus like a bomb went off in his head
Right.
because he can't come
can't
down.
process
He has
it.
nobody to come down
Yeah,
with.
yeah, you're right. He's not able to process it yet.
Yeah, he has nobody to come down with.
Yeah.
You know, there's nobody to talk it through. with.
Nobody to put him back into reality.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, he just went through something traumatic that they've been doing for years, apparently.
That's what I'm saying. But they all had somebody the first time
right.
to come down with. Like, they had somebody to walk them through
And
and
I
get
think
it
that
through.
you could be right. He probably went back to the resort and sat through the rainy season, as they put it. But at the same time, looking at like I don't know what part of you thought that sticking around for this whole ordeal in the first place was a good idea.
Right.
Well, again, I don't. To me, he seemed like a very selfish and very like he was used to getting his way. I think his wife let him kind of get what he wanted
There
when
wasn't
he
really
wanted.
a loving relationship from what I seen.
Yeah, she loved him, but I don't think he loved her money.
I don't know. I feel like he
don't-
did love her, but
I don't know.
I
if
think that what was going on intrigued him more than what she had to offer.
I think he loves
In that
himself
case.
more than he loved her. Which
Maybe.
means
Well,
that,
of course,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's why
definitely.
he stayed, because what was going on was more important to him than she was.
Right.
So, and maybe he loved her, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
and in the end, it kind of taught him a lesson, because look where he ends up, alone and dealing with all of this on his own.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how I took it. I just thought that was weird, though. Like, if they're killing the double, like, I don't know how you guys would feel about that, but like, if somebody killed like my dad and the culture was that I'm supposed to kill that person, and then I look up into the stands and he's sitting there, I'm not gonna be very happy about that. Like, I
Okay,
don't
what
care
the
if
fuck, dude?
I don't care if I just killed him essentially, but he's still alive.
Yeah. Why the fuck aren't you killing him? Why's it got to be me?
You would think they'd have like a special box for them to be in to
Well,
watch
see,
it
that's
happen
where
or
I'm kind
something.
of thinking maybe that the box is where they're sitting at. It is a box, and you can't see inside.
No,
there.
they made it look like you could.
No.
It was
Well,
all
I'm
just
saying
completely
See,
through
open.
the
no,
our
listen,
camera
when we were
angles.
watching this, me and Jeremiah had an entire discussion about this. He thought there was like some kind of magic curtain or something
One-way
behind
mirror.
this family where the family could look behind. They couldn't see. It's literally bleachers, man. There's no magic curtain hiding them from the family.
Yeah, there's just like a set of bleachers
Yeah.
there for like the viewers.
Because I literally paused the movie. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing sitting there with the family?
Yeah, the
It's
family's
magic
sitting there.
goggles.
They're like,
So either, I mean, this has gone on long enough that the family just doesn't care anymore. Like the culture has completely
that's
shifted.
what it seems like.
That's
But you would
where
think
my
that like
head
they're like,
goes.
you can't tell
Maybe
anybody
they
about this. So
they
you're
get
just
paid.
letting all of the public know about it though? Like,
That's what I'm thinking. And I mean, but they ain't sharing that money.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
obviously, yeah.
I mean, once you leave, they even have like rules where like people can't leave the resorts. You know? Yeah, we have to do that because
we have to do that or else it'll time out. And then the camera will just shut off on its own.
Yeah,
So I had to buy this special button for it.
that's why
What
it's
to do?
that's why it's called camera bitch.
Well, it's a shutter button, so you can take
He
pictures.
keeps his finger
But I just
on
hit
it.
the button and it focuses it and it doesn't shut off.
Nice.
He does a little circle motion on it.
So Josh, how many notes did you get?
I got 3 notes.
3 notes.
Honestly,
I saw his notes. I was
Whoa.
like, he only has like 3 notes over
Yeah, he
here.
looked at mine. He was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
yeah. So I had the stupid spinning opening scene.
Yeah, dizzy.
We've covered. And then Alexander Skarsgård's wife. I couldn't get past her lips.
Jeremiah I made the same
Like
comment.
you like them or you
No.
think they're too
They're
big?
just giant ass lips.
They are some big ass lips.
And just every time she came around, it was just
Like she was like a sucker fish in the room.
yeah,
like
just a big ass lips everywhere.
yeah.
Her tooth was throwing me off for a minute.
See, I can't get over Mia Goth's lack of eyebrows. That
I
drives
didn't
me.
even
Yeah.
notice that.
Yeah, that was driving me
I don't know if
nuts.
she has. She has
Is
them
it
and they're just
bleached
completely
eyebrows?
bleached or what. But like, yeah, I'm like, dude, her eyebrows drive me insane. Dude.
Yeah.
Insane. I can't stand her fucking face. like her eyebrows drive me nuts, man. Like she
Just
doesn't
like
have any.
complete
Or,
emptiness almost.
yeah, like it makes her look insane.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the point, I guess.
well, like
but-
Josh and Jess said that like that you guys thought that she was hot in a couple scenes, and I'm like,
Just that one scene.
which one? Where she was giving him a reach around?
No, that was a weird scene.
That was a weird.
That was
scene.
very weird.
He had a very good O face though. He was getting into
No,
that.
he looked more like he was more in pain. Like, I mean, I know the whole old face is you look like you're in
She
pain.
just gave him a really good
he
hand
looked
job.
like he was like fucking in pain.
No, it
They
was
didn't
just
have
that
to
much.
show the money shot either.
Huh?
They, didn't
They
have to
just
show
showed the
money shot
drippage.
either.
Oh, the drippage.
Yeah,
That's a Cronenberg thing, I think.
it's just excessive.
It was a
was-
little
it
excessive. Like,
was-
ew, that even looks like the real stuff. Like, wonder how you mix that up. Is that just like Elmer's glue or like watered down Elmer's glue? But yeah, like, what scene was it that you guys said that she was actually attractive?
I
in?
don't recall. It was before that. It was like when she first came out. Like when she first,
Met him.
yeah. There was just one scene where she was just overly attractive, and then she just went downhill crazy from there. But
I just love the part where like she's in the car after they shoot into the bus, and they're like, she's like, "Where you going, you baby?"
God.
Like that sounds like some shit that like I don't think I'll ever forget that line. Like just the way she delivers it and the way she says it and shit. Like it sounds so good. I'm like, dude, that is an excellent delivery of like what that was. It sounds very heart wrenching and the way she says it. Plus her voice is like very shattering.
Like, yeah, I've started getting hints of her real voice as we were watching this, and every
Yeah.
time I'd kind of wince. Her real voice.
It's so.
I wish I had
high-pitched.
never heard it.
Yeah, it's so high pitched.
Have you ever heard a real voice?
honestly,
wanna.
after that part there where he ran off into the woods,
Yeah.
and
I
she
don't
started
wanna.
saying all that.
Don't.
I played on.
It'll
my
ruin
own.
everything. It'll ruin your
I
whole
really
life.
don't know much else after that part of the movie. I really don't know how much more of that movie is. How much longer was there?
Probably a good half hour or
Yeah,
so.
at least.
It's
Yeah.
about 2
half hour.
hours
Yeah, I
long.
checked out of that.
It's a
at that
long
point.
fucking movie. Well,
An hour
You
57 minutes.
Yes.
yeah, it's
I'm
a
copying my
long.
notes
It's a
now.
long.
You
fucking-
copying my notes?
It's an hour and 57 minutes. Just so you know, I wrote that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think they could have delivered a better movie in less time.
Yes. Yeah.
100%.
That's
So
that's
because I
where
think
I
that
went with it.
I think that this movie could have been cool. I love the concept. The concept was great. Like, so these people can go pay for doubles, so they can go fucking do whatever they want, and there's no essentially no consequences.
Right.
And but
Could've been.
the way they execute it is so. it's over the top. Like
There
you
wouldn't
don't
have been all the psychedelic and
all the
stupid
psychedelic
music
shit
and
and
the deep bass
and the
lines
sex scenes, like the orgy.
It
and
could have
the-
been a 1 hour movie. and
him
it'd probably
tripping
fucking
balls
have
for like I don't know, fucking 20 minutes of the movie.
It was just a normal movie with that storyline. Good
Yeah.
movie.
Absolutely,
Especially with that
agree.
actor.
100%. Yeah, even with those actors,
Yeah.
like dumb down the artisticness of it or whatever. You know, bring that back a notch and just give us a regular fucking movie. And dude, I probably would have been 100% on board with this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
But
Because
this movie-
that's a really good concept. I would have never come
But
up
I'm
with
not
that
a
on my
big
own.
Cronenberg fan either. Like I'm not a big fan of Cronenberg stuff.
No, I'm not
So-
either.
I'm not a fan of like body horror and all that shit. Like sometimes it's cool and it adds to a story.
Yeah.
Like in the case
Yeah.
of like if Cronenberg wants to do a fucking body horror movie, fuck dude, direct a Hellraiser movie. For real. Like I mean, but like whenever it comes to this kind of stuff, like you're throwing imagery in our face to try to freak us out. And it's not freaking me out. I just think it's dumb and disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, I think at some point in time, it stops being like if you're going for scary, it stops being scary and it's just gross.
Don't get me wrong, I think those masks that they were wearing were awesome.
yeah.
I was gonna ask you, did
Yeah,
you hate
those
the
were
one
I
with the
didn't.
holes?
It didn't
All
actually
along
bother
top
me that
didn't?
much. No, it didn't bother because I knew it was a mask.
Yeah.
So I have the trypophobia, but like it has to pertain to like I'm not afraid of like some people are afraid of honeycombs, and for that reason,
I just see somebody like they see honeycombs. Ah!
well, it's just like they get grossed out by it. They
Yeah.
freak out, and
Seeing, like, bees
honeycombs
come out
don't
of
bother me and shit. But like if it was honeycombing in the skin, then yeah, that would freak
So
me
if somebody
out.
took like honeycomb and like plastered on under their skin and made it look like it was in their skin, you would,
Yeah, if
freak
their
the fuck
skin was
out.
if you watch what's the name of that the new Candyman,
Candyman, where he has
that
the
part where
bees.
he's got it in his face.
Yeah.
That really drove me nuts.
That's a
Yeah.
weird phobia.
It is a weird photo, but it's 100% real. It is a weird thing, but
I
it
don't
is
believe
real.
you.
Yeah.
You would have hated seeing my feet when I was little when I got the moles taken out. I had little holes in my feet.
Oh yeah, I
That
can't
big.
do that. No way. No way. Like, yeah, I'm good, man. But yeah.
I still got scars.
So 1 to 10, what do you rate this movie?
Oh, we ain't there yet. Chill
Oh,
out.
we do that? That's a thing.
That is
Yeah,
a
that-
thing.
that is a
yeah, we
thing.
get
That
there.
made it jump the gun.
You are
Yeah.
jumping the gun. We're
Calm
only
down.
like
He's the
32
host,
minutes
man.
in.
I know.
Let him guide you.
I'm the guest. I thought I'd have some say.
He's been asking me since yesterday. He said, "So, did you watch the movie yet?" And I was like, "No, not yet." So he asked me today. He goes, "Well, what'd you rate the movie?" I said, "I can't tell you that, man. I can't tell you that to the podcast."
I didn't know it was a secret.
He's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "We do that."
Yeah,
in the
we
show.
don't talk about
Yeah.
the movie at all.
We don't
until
talk
we
about
come
it
up
all
here.
until the podcast.
Yeah.
So, because sometimes I want to message you guys and be like, "Dude," but then there's like,
You know how badly I wanted to text you guys while I was watching this movie and be like, so,
I did text you while I was
New
watching the movie.
can we do a different one? I don't like this one.
is it too
Can we just do
late?
Knock at the Cabin?
Is it too late?
Too late. It's funny because like whenever the movie came out yesterday, I almost considered saying, "Hey, let's just do this movie this week," but we already announced it last
Yeah.
week
Yeah,
on the podcast.
that's the problem with
That's the issue.
telling
With it.
people what we're doing.
Yeah, because we're nice.
Yeah.
We could have came up here and be like, so that movie blew. Never gonna do this one.
That would fuck people up, man.
You know, I mean,
Man, I was really looking for because
so
you had-
that
here-
movie was
here's our
so
movie.
bad that for the first time in history,
Yeah.
we're changing it up on you.
So I think that like that's the best part about our gig here, though, is that we get to review the shitty ones too and fucking make fun of them.
Yeah.
So like that's one of the best things about this is like we can like if it's a bad movie, we can let our opinions just go wild.
yeah, we don't have anybody like paying us.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, the best part of this movie that it made me crack up is how the one guy is like the fucking butler and everything that goes on at that resort. Like he was the Chinese waiter. He was the connoisseur
Oh
guy.
yeah,
He was,
yeah. The
He
one
was
guy-
the singer dude on
Yeah.
the stage.
He's like the one
cracking
who,
me
like
up
he's
every
the
time I see
hotel.
him.
He's like the one employee they
He
have.
was the hotel attendant, and then I
Yeah,
saw him. I
like
saw him at the
manager or
Chinese
something.
restaurant. I was like, "Wait, is that the same guy?"
Yeah.
They have one employee.
Yeah, one employee. He's
That
like
was cracking me up
everywhere.
the whole time.
You know what part I laughed at, and it might have just been because Joseph or Jeremiah made me laugh. But so you remember when they bust into that dude's house, the very first like crime that they commit?
Yeah.
They bust into that dude's house and they grab that girl up off of that guy, and they bring him downstairs, and he's like naked from the waist down.
Yeah.
And I was like, so what was she writing?
Yeah,
And
because I was like, he's got a vagina dick.
he's like, what do you mean? What was she writing? And I was like, what was she writing? And he was like, I didn't see her writing anything. And I was like, that's
Yeah,
my
she
point.
was, yeah.
No, I was like, that's my point. What was she writing? Because I thought he was getting into my joke.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, no, like, she didn't have a pen. Like, what are you talking about? And I was
Writing.
like, writing like
Riding
a
like a
pony.
horse,
like
like,
a pony.
giddy up,
And he's
you
like,
know?
oh.
Well, like, because as soon as they bust in, like, she's in there going at it.
Yeah, and I'm like,
going at,
and
but
then-
like,
then
they
bring
get
him
him downstairs,
and I'm
and like,
like-
he's got like this, like,
I mean, that's a
flap of, like-
micro penis. That thing
Yeah.
was like this big.
it was like inside his body.
Yeah, well,
like,
I guess
he had
maybe
like
if
this
you were that
flap of
scared.
vagina skin or something, and then between that was his penis.
But I can't imagine even if you're that scared that it would be that small.
Josh is like that. I used to have that, so I started working out.
No, I thought steroids made you have the opposite problem.
Oh yeah, testosterone problems and stuff. He's like, I'm jacked. Fuck you guys. He's
But yeah,
"Fuck
like-
you guys, I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, that
I don't
really.
even have a good comeback for it.
He does. He's like, I didn't know I was gonna come on your fucking podcast and get made fun of.
I fully was prepared for that. I did not prepare any comebacks though.
Well, if they make fun of my penis, well, let me tell you what.
Yeah, that guy was hung like a tic tac.
Yeah, no shit. And then like I said though, the gratuitous amount of nudity in this movie is like they're okay. So like, because they bust into that guy's house, he's riding. This girl's riding him, which I assume she's probably a prostitute or something.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then she gets shot. You saw that she
Yeah.
got shot. And then like, but they like show these people butt ass. And they're like, why did like see now you could have done this scene differently.
Yeah.
Maybe they were in there just doing a whole bunch of coke. Why do they got to be fucking banging each other? Like, you think everybody's just fucking all the time?
Well, it is an island.
It is an island, yeah. But I'm like, but like, what?
Love is in the
What's
air.
to stop them from like just in there doing rails, dude? Like, you know, instead, or you know what I mean? Like, why does
Yeah.
it got to be like everything about this movie is so overly sexual,
I agree.
and it makes it so tasteless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's just
Well, it gets to the
dirty.
point where
It is very
It's
dirty too.
inappropriate
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, it just gets to that point where you're
It's not
just
even.
like, okay.
It's not even like tactful. It's
Yeah.
just dirty, gross, nasty orgy, sex, and like like psychedelic bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking half the time, whenever he's tripping balls, he's like drooling on himself. You know, and
Even
I'm
a
like,
porn addict would be grossed out by this movie.
yeah, right.
Seriously.
And going back to your thing about the dog thing, I think that was because they made him do that drug so much. Because
Well,
you notice
I mean,
when he
Skarsgård was doing. I mean, he
I
was
know,
doing the
but-
drugs too, though.
right, but he wasn't doing it like I think they were making that dog person do it like all the time.
Maybe.
That's
Well,
what
he
I
prob-
got out of it.
Yeah, maybe he was the original guy that they were doping up on drugs.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, who knows? It's hard telling.
I don't know. But that's what I got from it based on the way other people were acting when they were on it. I don't
See,
know.
movies like this, like it seems like the only person that really understands the movie is the director himself. But then it's like, but that shouldn't be the case.
No, you should make it.
I shouldn't have to think this
understandable.
hard about a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I did think that the practical effects were probably the best part of the movie.
What's the matter, Josh?
I was curious what like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff gave it.
Oh no no
No,
no no no
no,
no!
you're not
I was
allowed to
gonna-
look.
No.
Yeah, you don't do that.
I was
Don't-
gonna ask,
don't
but then
do
I was
it.
like, I got scolded last time I asked. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll just look on my own.
Don't-
No, no, that's part of this. That's one of our segments too.
No, you guys don't
Don't
look at that
do it.
either.
No.
We
I got
get.
No one
Very-
that's allowed to look at it is
We're
me.
not
Yeah,
allowed.
Jess is the only one
I
allowed to
got
look
very
at it.
little rules and regulations before this. You guys need a leaflet you can hand out to guests.
Leaflet.
There you go, man. These are the rules,
Like a PDF.
regulations.
Smack his hands.
PDF. Don't
Yeah.
do this. Don't talk about that. Don't look up this.
God damn, a bunch of fucking Nazis on this podcast.
Yeah, soup Nazis.
With soup. No.
Soup Nazis. No soup for you.
No, I thought the practical effects were good though.
No tomatoes for you.
They were good. I thought the practical, and that's a Cronenberg thing also.
Yeah.
But yeah, the practical effects were really good. I thought the setting was great too. I thought a lot of the cinematography when it was there, it was good,
Except for the spinning.
except for the spinning.
Fuck.
I
can't
don't know
get
where
over
the
that.
fuck they were, what island this was, or anything. But
It was a fictional island.
was it?
Yeah.
I was
It
like,
says that in the synopsis that I read. That's the only reason I know that.
okay.
But
Yeah, the place looks gorgeous. I'd love to
Allowed to
visit
read
it.
synopsis.
Yeah, we do. That's one of the things we do at the beginning, actually.
Yeah, usually we do that at
just
the
didn't
beginning. I
do
just
that
forgot.
this time.
I
We
always
just
forget.
kind of rolled with new things. To
I think we were just excited to say this movie sucks.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was. Everybody was holding it in like, oh, it sucks. I know Josh
because
was.
I
He was
really wanted to like this
yeah,
movie.
like when
I
I
did
first,
too.
I really like Mia Goth. I like what she's doing.
I love
which
Alexander
doesn't
Skarsgård.
change.
Yeah.
I do as well. I
But-
wanted one of you guys to like really like it and like try to convince me to really like it. Then I'd be
No.
like,
There's
"Oh,
things
maybe,"
about
but
the movie to like,
there's
but
no- I would've walked out
but
of the
it
theater.
but it's outweighed by the shit that you
Did
don't
you,
like.
Did you walk out?
No.
Oh.
I was in my bed.
So I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah,
walk
theater.
out.
Yeah.
I would have walked.
I just
He
closed
fell
my
asleep.
eyes and went to sleep. No, there's a lot of things to
his
like
mind
about this
clapped
movie.
out.
Yeah.
But like I said, a lot of it's outweighed by the shit that you don't like, you know? Like the fucking psychedelic sex scene, the
Yeah.
fucking just a lot of the stuff that you're like, this is dumb. Like this
Yeah,
is
it turns you away from the movie.
it's oversaturated with like this artsy fartsy bullshit, and you're like, it's overdone. It's crap.
I
Yep.
struggled with the language barrier, like when they were like the cops and stuff. Their language, like I had a hard time understanding what they were saying.
Oh yeah.
The thick
So-
accent they had.
So on top of trying to figure out this movie and then trying to understand what they're actually saying, it just lost me.
I do love like the part where that dude got stabbed, where he was getting stabbed, and the
Oh.
knife going in and coming out.
That's what
And
I
it was
mean.
very realistic.
The
Like,
practical
God damn, dude, that
effects were
looks
great.
good.
You reminded me when you said that chick got shot, because when she got shot, it was
It
very
looked
well
good.
done.
Yeah, it looked very
when
realistic.
when he was pummeling that like dog thing, like pummeling his own face, it was very well done. And
Yeah.
like, you know, all of those practical effects that they used were great.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, the settings, the scenes, all of that, the way the cinematography was good. Of course, Mia Goth was great, and I mean, even Alexander Skarsgård. I mean, he can play a dick like no other.
Yeah.
But you know, the funny thing is about him though, like
Well, the great thing about him is he can play a dick, but he can also play like a really great good dude.
but
too.
that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
he's goofy. Like his IMDb page or his IMDb picture is him wearing a
wearing
tux
a
top
tux with
and
no
underwear.
with just underwear. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so like he's a goofy guy, but he can play these roles.
His brothers are the same way though.
Oh
too.
yeah,
they're
100%. But like, you know, their dad probably hates that. He's such a stuffy motherfucker.
He is but if coming from the only guy that's like the only part of their family that's been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude, don't be such a dick. Like you're in some of the most tasteless movies.
No
in,
shit.
in fucking Hollywood, dude.
And what's that fucking director I hate? He's in so many of those movies. Fucking. He did The House That Jack Built, but
Oh.
Stellan wasn't in that one. But that director, I like that movie. That's the only reason I remember that one. But everything else I've watched from that fucking guy sucks.
All right,
That's gonna
well,
bug
we're only
me.
about 42 minutes in, but let's go ahead and run through our notes here real fast.
I've been through my notes.
Oh yeah, it was one note I said right at the beginning. I said, why do people from England and or in London make it sound like going from like London to France is like just a skip away?
Right.
They're always like, oh, it's just right over there.
Well,
you
remember
know?
we watched Euro Trip. Europe is very small. You just there's the
Apparently,
baguette.
like you just go
Yeah.
there. I remember watching You, and one of these guys, he's like, yeah, I went to France. He's like, I thought you were in France. He goes, yeah, but it's only like a 3-hour plane ride. So he's like,
Lars von Trier. That's the motherfucking director.
That's the
I'm looking this motherfucker up.
That motherfucker.
You guys did Euro Trip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Oh, they didn't like it.
I don't like
You don't like
Euro
Euro
Trip.
Trip?
Not
How do you
really.
not
no.
like?
I don't really like it. It had its moments, but
It's like early 2000s Deadpool. It's just
early
Too many
2000s.
boobs boobs for no reason.
There were a lot
Yeah,
of
that
tits.
was
Euro
his.
Trip.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's a lot
I
of
wasn't
boobs
here for
no
that one.
reason.
It's a great movie.
I was alone for that.
Oh yeah, Matt hated
Matt
it.
hated
Matt,
it. Joseph
I
hated
liked
it.
it more than Matt did. Matt fucking hated it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Matt
I mean,
hated it. Joseph
If I
hated
had been
it. I was
on it,
all
it'd be
alone. I was
me
the
and
only
Karen
one that
against
liked it.
Joseph.
That'd be a good one. That is.
Thank you, Josh. I would have appreciated you on that one.
It's such a random and weird question to be asked if you agreed to be doubled.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
He asked that.
either.
He's like, "Do you agree to be doubled?" He's like, "Okay."
He said I don't understand, and then he says sign this, and he signs it.
Yeah.
If I don't understand something, I'm sure as fuck not signing it.
I think he was trying to do whatever he could to get out of. It was a vehicular manslaughter.
I mean, I guess,
So,
but
was that you or?
Who did he hit?
Some kid.
That farmer's. So that boy that stabbed
Oldest.
him
That was his oldest
was
son.
his oldest. That was his.
brother.
That was the oldest, but it was his older brother who he had hit, and they were farmers. So.
Now, like, this kind of goes back to what I was saying about the dynamic between him and his wife. But understanding that this is a very traumatic experience for him, or for anyone in this whole thing. But, like, if you went through something like this, would you rather go through it with a bunch of, like, random people you don't know that you've just fucking met, or with your wife of 10 years? You know?
Honestly,
Like, that is ridiculous. That kind of annoyed the shit out of me. I don't know you people. I just went through something terrible with you guys in my presence. I'm assuming you narked on me. That's how come I got in trouble. And the only person I trust is her.
yeah.
I've known her for 10 years. I don't want to be anywhere near you people.
Yeah.
But he wanted it. I mean, he hid his passport.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. I know.
That's why we didn't understand it.
That's
Like,
why I
why?
don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand it, but also understanding that I'm not a selfish prick.
He also mentions that they're.
You know?
He
Like, I
also
can't-
mentions that they had been together for like 10 plus years, and so I'm thinking that like
That's why I
maybe
can
he was
only-
feeling like their relationship was getting a little stale.
I guess, but that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason that I can come to the conclusion that the only thing he loved about her was her money. You know?
Yeah, I know he hated because he even mentions that like her dad hates him and everything else.
Yeah, and can you blame the guy?
Right.
He knew exactly the type of
He's
person.
a failed fucking writer, dude.
Well,
Your
he knew
book
exactly the
sucks,
type of
and-
person that his daughter was marrying.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't like him either if my daughter was marrying that guy.
How come? What's so bad about him?
Well, I mean, you watched the movie too, right?
Not all of it, but he watched most of it.
Well, I mean, I don't understand what he's. I guess he didn't portray himself as a bad person to me.
No?
No, really. I mean,
Did we watch the same movie?
I think.
Did we watch the same movie?
I mean, what did he do that was so bad?
Oh my.
Well, dude, he pretty much sends his old lady back without him. Also, he can hang out and fuck this blonde.
But he
Yeah.
had no
And-
intentions of fucking that blonde.
Oh, yes, he
Oh,
did.
yeah, he did,
Well,
dude.
he was getting
He
turned
got a
into a
fucking
double, he
handy
only-
from her before she even left.
But
and-
he
and-
wasn't really.
And while he was
He didn't
getting
know about
turned
that
into
one.
He didn't know about that.
and
one.
while he was getting turned into a double, who was he fantasizing about?
Mm-hmm.
Not his wife.
Not his wife, yeah.
That must have been one of the psychedelic parts I.
And
zoomed out.
what did he do? You said hid his what?
passport.
I agree that throughout
So
throughout the movie he turned into a bad person, but like I don't feel like he was at the resort and he was a bad person.
we knew him for all of 2 seconds when he wasn't a bad
It's so funny
person.
because, like, as soon as he gets back from the police station after being doubled, is whenever he can't find his passport. You'd think after seeing all that,
That's
I'd
what
want to
tri-
dip the fuck out of
See,
there.
that's what
Right.
tripped
Like, all
me
right, I'm
up.
getting off on this. I'm leaving, and
Fuck
That's
this.
what tripped me up because that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what tripped me up because like when he went and grabbed his passport from under the sink, I was like, "You hid it?" That
Yeah.
makes absolutely no sense.
it really
to me.
doesn't. And it kind of, but it definitely throws his character into a light that, like, you're like, dude, this guy's fucked up. Like,
Right.
he's kind of fucked up.
Right. But like again, it goes back to that whole thing I said that, you know, being that this is a traumatic experience, if I'm putting myself into his own shoes and I start to think about it, that makes him an even bigger dick
Well,
in my
see,
mind.
I think he found something that he was really into. I mean, like it was exciting. He wanted more of it. The only way he could get that is hiding his passport and lying.
And that's exactly what it was. I
Yeah.
mean, for sure. But that's what we're saying, though. Like, but his old lady was like, dude, we need to go home. We need to go home. And he's like, he pretty much like, he's pretty much like sending his little puppy dog off. Like, go on, then go. I'll stay here and continue being a fucker. You know what I mean? Like, that's essentially what he was doing.
Yeah, Kendra,
But it-
if I lost my passport like that and Kendra was wanting to get the fuck out of there with me, she'd have turned that fucking hotel upside down. She would have
Well, but
found
that's
my
not even the
passport
point,
and then my
though,
ass
like-
named more shit.
That's another thing though too is like, so if my old lady wanted to go home, no matter how much of a good time we were having, there's no fucking way I'd send her off by herself without me.
Well, and you know, the one thing I will say negative about her was when
Her big lips.
when they
Big
were laying in
lips.
bed and she said something about like how could you just sit there and watch that? And I'm like, because he didn't have a choice.
Yeah, right. They make him.
They made you sit there and watch it too.
Right.
You did the same thing.
But I think they were kind of emphasizing a little bit
Yeah, I
more
think
on
they-
how he actually enjoyed.
Yeah,
watching
once
it.
the movie started really getting into it, I'm like, oh, now I get what she was trying to say, because they didn't do a good job of pointing out that he
had that
wasn't
sort of like
bothered by it.
sadistic, those sadistic thoughts of like, wow, this is awesome. you
Well,
know?
they didn't do a very good job of portraying that he wasn't bothered by it.
They did whenever he was being stabbed. He had a slight smirk on his
Oh,
face.
did he?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
But I mean,
Okay.
if you could get away with it, if you knew that you can go out there and break whatever law you wanted,
If it happened one time, I think I'd want to get the fuck out of Dodge, knowing that like, okay, next time that actually could be me,
I
and
don't
the
think-
double could be up here
I
watching me get
couldn't
stabbed.
watch myself.
I mean, that would be the hardest part. But if I knew that with my wife's money, I can go out and break whatever law I wanted and have to watch myself die, which
I'm
me
thinking
knowing
that
it's not
Josh
me-
is like.
No, it is you. Though.
I think Josh likes this movie more than he's leading on to.
No, I
No,
like
they-
the premise of the movie. The idea of the movie is great. The execution of the movie is what makes the whole movie
they made
suck.
it clear that it is you. It has your memories. It has your thoughts. It
who
thinks
cares?
just like you. It's you. You're killing yourself over and over again.
But then I walk away.
Oh my
He's
god!
like,
the
"But it's not me."
The moral ramifications of this. You are a terrible person, Josh.
Josh is like, but it's
I'm
not
start-
me.
I'm starting to feel bad.
No, I'm saying.
But I'm
I-
thinking
I-
that I can go break whatever law I want, watch a creepy movie of me dying, and then move on with my
No,
day.
I would. Mm-mm.
I'm with the other crew.
Nope.
There's like three couples that were having fun and doing their thing, and then like drinking mimosas in the morning.
Yeah, you're
hanging out with them.
you're Alexander Skarsgård. I'm
You're
going
Alexander
home.
Skarsgård. And Jess is like the one asking you, like, I can't believe you could just sit there and watch that.
Yeah, no, I'm going home.
I'd be the one talking about my job on the bus ride back after having a great couple of weeks.
Nope.
Oh, I had a blast, guys.
Nope.
See you next year.
Nope. I'm going home.
Uh,
That's a good question. Could you do it?
No.
damn it, I
couldn't.
forgot to write down.
Could you do it, Joseph?
I could not. I couldn't watch myself
See?
be killed.
You're a
and
crazy
stabbed.
person.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I don't like. I know I'm not dying. Like it's just a
It is you, though.
how.
They said it was. Like, that double is you.
Then how do the other people are okay with it?
Because they're crazy, too. Did you see them?
Yeah, I was gonna say they were fucking
I mean,
nuts.
they were
dude.
They're
nuts.
not the role models you should be looking for in your life, Josh.
Let me see your pen.
It was
Karen.
just for vacation.
I forgot
Just for vacation.
for vacation.
Because they're
I'm
having
going
fun
home.
I
So
wouldn't do it at home. Just
Oh,
on
wait,
vacation.
so did everybody get through their notes?
Yeah,
or-
I'm-
My notes are
done.
covered. I'm
obviously
done.
Josh got through his
Yes.
three
this,
notes.
this was probably the least amount of notes I've ever taken.
Really, I
for
took
a movie.
I took a good page and a half.
I didn't even try to
This
do
was
the
all-
game on this one.
The amount of barbed wire on the resort I thought was odd.
Well,
See?
that was to keep
Let's keep
people
people
in and
out.
people out.
Yeah.
Because of how bad.
Because they're not sharing that tourism money. With
Well, they
the-
say that they say that the area around the resort is supposed to be really, really bad, but they didn't show that at all.
No.
But
They didn't see. I didn't
Some
see
parts,
one
but
bad
not,
person.
like, anything
It
was,
seemed like the
terrible.
bad people. I think that honestly, it was supposed to represent more of like
Bad people were inside the resort.
the bad people were inside the resort trying to keep them in.
that's a good point. But here's the other question, or you bring up another question that I had too that I didn't write down, is like, so if they're getting all this money for making the doubles, right? It's obvious that they're just using it to make resorts, because she and him are always there because he's an architect and that's what he's doing, is making these resorts and
Yeah.
stuff. So, but these people that live there full time are the ones that are getting killed and shit, or getting hurt and, whatever. They're the ones that are suffering for it, but they're not getting any of the money for it. You'd think that they'd like revolt or something, because obviously, like, if their culture has deteriorated to the point that they don't care that they're killing doubles, you'd think they'd care about something. Like, okay, so we want a piece of this action at least. If we're going to be killing doubles and not killing the people that actually killed our relatives or whatever, then you should be giving us a piece of that money.
Right.
You'd think like say like the kid,
to compensate
the
the
hiker,
families in some way.
yeah,
Right.
like the farm kid that died got ran over. You would think that the police station would make a double of the kid.
Well, I'm just
Well,
I mean,
I
it's
think
still
that, I think
fucked
that
up, but-
they have to be alive in order to make the double.
Yeah.
That's what I would assume.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, you bring up a good point by saying that, but, like, my point is that if they're getting all that money, obviously they're not sharing it with the country.
It's
No.
so funny because, like, the way that they, like, copy the body double, they don't explain it at all.
Well,
he just
why-
walks
I mean,
into
of
this,
course-
like this
Put your
tiled
hands up.
room and this red
goop.
shit.
I mean, I don't think they're going to, you know?
Got it.
Take a picture.
Smile. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh no, we're fucked.
We were going for more of that 70s look.
No, we were going
Yeah.
for the cinematic, psychedelic look,
Oh, yeah.
like the movie.
It turns into an orgy.
Yeah,
Josh, you're a bottom.
Nope. I'm leaving.
Always get the fat into the deal.
I'm out.
I am leaving.
All right, so did everybody get through their notes then?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and move into rate and review this bitch. Let's see here.
Let's review this bitch.
Let's rate and review. Let's start with Eric. What do you give this motherfucker, man? What do you
So,
say?
all
What do you
right,
say?
I'll go with my pros and cons real quick. So, my pros, the cinematography was okay. Dialogue, there was some decent dialogue with it. It's the score to it,
Yeah, right.
Eh.
It wasn't nothing to write
Yeah.
home about. Yeah.
and acting, they had some great acting from some of the actors. Some others not so great. So there's my pros on that. My cons, just the scenes, just some of those scenes, the psychedelic scenes are just way too fucking long.
Too much. Yeah.
It's too much to it. And that's really my cons on it. And that's what took me away from anything higher than a 5. So my honest review is actually probably a 4.
A 4.
A 4.
Jeez. Okay. Oh, Karen, what do you got to say, man?
Okay, well,
Josh is like, that's too high.
I liked the practical effects. I liked the acting, specifically Mia Goth and Alexander Skarsgård. I liked the concept of the movie as we've
Yeah.
discussed. And the rest was dog shit. So I'm gonna go with a 3.5.
Damn, you guys are being harsh.
Well, movies I like are like a
Right.
6.5. So
That's true, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.5.
Okay. Josh, tell us why before you give us your rating.
Why?
Yeah, why?
What do
like,
you
what,
like
what do
and
you
what do
like
you
or
not
dislike
like?
about it?
I like the idea of this movie. I like the concept behind it.
Okay.
What they could have done with it.
Yeah, the movie itself is horrible. Everything about it, this movie is horrible to me. I would walked out of the theater. It's actually like your guys are so high for my.
He's like,
I want to
I
give
don't even
a
want to give it a
negative.
We're
one.
professionals. We think of all kinds of things.
We think about a lot of things about
I
it.
can
yeah.
only. I'd say it's the top 3 worst movies I've ever seen.
Really? Wow.
Top 3. Wow,
That is
It's the top
harsh.
2.
I watch
There's
a
only
lot
one
of
movie.
I've
bad
seen a lot of
movies.
bad movies.
I watch a
though.
lot of bad
See,
movies.
Josh doesn't waste his time with like
Hey,
bad movies.
Tell them
though.
about the one movie you won't try.
Velocipaster.
Velocipaster.
Yeah, there's actually a scene in the movie where his parents get blown up in a car wreck, and they show where the car was, and
And
when
it
it
just
blows
says-
up,
yeah.
it literally just says VFX car on fire.
That's all it says, yeah, in
Like,
letters.
I
That's not
mind
bad,
that 'cause
that's
it's just,
funny.
like, dumb funny
That's-
stuff.
Yeah, it was
that's
dumb.
true.
No, I'm
This
talking
movie,
about like some
tried to be
straight
amazing,
dog shit movies.
fell on its face, and
Yeah.
just everything was bad. The storyline was good. Whoever wrote it, I give him props.
Had good, yeah,
I don't know who wrote
Yeah,
it.
whoever came up with the concept, it was good.
Yeah,
but just the,
So what's
the-
your final
the liver.
rating on it?
0.
A 0?
Yeah.
Just a 0, flat out 0.
100% second worst movie I've ever seen.
What's your first?
Kung Pao.
Kung
I
Pao.
like
You
Kung
don't
Pao.
like Kung
That was
Pao?
amazing, dude.
I like Kung
That
Pao.
movie is
Kung
fucking.
Pao.
Oh, look at baby! Yeah, oh,
I'd
look
rather
at baby!
get kicked in the junk than have to watch either of those 2 movies again.
Really? I love
You can't
Kung
even
Pao,
give it
dude.
like a 1 or a 2 for the acting
I
or the
know. It was
concept or
horrible.
anything.
Chosen
Everything was
one.
horrible. Like, I like the Skarsgård. I don't care less, honestly, about Mia.
Mia Goth.
You closed your notes. I mean, I like Skarsgård. That's it.
But you like
But-
the concept too.
I like the concept.
So
of
it has
the
to
idea.
rate somewhere.
Just a flat out 0. You think that there's a
no.
worse movie out there? There's no worse movie out there than this movie.
Yeah, Kung Pao. It's also a 0. Like, I hate to be like that negative person, and I'm not trying to come out as like that negative, but I would not recommend this to anybody. I would never watch this again. There's absolutely nothing about this movie that I'm like, but maybe. No, just 100% shit, 100% junk. I absolutely hated every bit of it.
Right.
And I didn't even make it to the end.
Okay.
I mean, I absolutely hate this movie. It was annoying. It just sucked. Everything sucked.
Everything sucked.
I mean, just 100%
Okay.
horrible.
Okay, so I think for me, I'm gonna come in here and say, like, my rating is not as low as you guys'. This is not a good movie. Well, I can't say it's not a good movie. I would say it's a movie that is for a very, very niche crowd of horror fans.
You know, there's going to be people out there that are, like as you and I like to say, the Donnie Darko people.
Yeah.
that
Or
are
you
gonna-
guys are like,
you guys are dumb. You just didn't
you
get
just
it.
don't understand it. You don't get it. Yeah, I get that, and I understand that. That's whatever. Fuck you guys.
Yeah,
You guys
that's
are
cool.
gay.
That's the way I feel about the Northman.
The Northman.
Like, people that are all about it. I'm like, that movie sucks, but you don't understand it.
I do understand it, and
I don't
what
think
is-
I understood it because I don't like
I think you did. I don't. Well, it was just Hamlet, dude. It's literally all it was. Just Hamlet. But anyway,
it. I'm not very good at this.
this is why you don't have a podcast. We do. Like, this is why I'm just the guest. But I think that there are a lot of things about this movie to like the practical effects, the acting, the, like Josh said, the whole concept. I think that if they would have done this in a more, I would say, Texas Chainsaw Massacre way, or like old 70s style horror movies way. Have you seen X? Have you seen
Yeah,
X?
yeah, I've seen
If
X.
they did it like that, I think that
X was beautifully done.
I think that, like, if it would have done more like that without all this trippy psychedelic bullshit.
I mean, for a movie about
would've-
pornography, they did a great fucking job at it not being fucking
Right.
pornography.
Right. I think that this movie would have benefited from just concentrating on what the concept was and things like that, and staying away from this psychedelic crap and all these trippy moments with orgies and drugs and
They would
And all that.
57 minutes
like,
off.
okay, they can do drugs, but why does it got to be a trippy part of the movie?
It was
Like-
like sex for sex sake at some point. It
Yeah.
wasn't even
Yeah,
just,
right. And I think that they could have had a great movie here had they went that route instead of like this artsy fucking, it's gonna
Terrible.
get all the awards at the Cannes Film Festival bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, no, dude, just give me a good fucking movie that is understood and just runs right through it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the problem with movies nowadays. Like, either it's too artsy or it's too CG heavy blockbuster bullshit like Marvel. There's no in between where you can just get a good fucking movie with a great storyline, a coherent storyline. What?
No,
You guys
because
don't like Marvel movies?
No, we do. I do.
Oh,
I love
I know.
Marvel movies, but
I gotta go.
yeah, I love I love Marvel
belong
movies,
here.
but they stand on their own against other types of movies,
I
and
think they're oversaturated. They've oversaturated the market.
they have, and that's the worst part about it. There's too many of them.
I can't believe you guys wouldn't kill people if you get away with it.
I can think of a couple people.
Right? I mean,
Just a handful.
Okay, you know what?
Karen's like, maybe
If-
you guys are talking me into this.
Yeah, like if I could, you know what? No, I
I still couldn't do it.
I'll
So-
tell you what,
couldn't
you
watch
guys give
myself.
you guys give me the list. I'll go out and take care of it.
He's like, because I'll have
Yeah,
fun.
I couldn't watch myself. That's just that fucked me up for life.
So anyway, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to
Close
say
your eyes.
that with all those
can't.
reasons combined, you still have a movie that people do enjoy, and I think that it can be enjoyed, and it would have been better enjoyed without all that psychedelic bullshit
Yeah.
and all the gratuitous fucking retarded sex scenes and weird shit
but the
going
problem
on.
is it's still in there.
That's
Yeah,
why.
but
I
the
gave
problem,
it-
I get that. The problem is that it's there. So I'm going to come in here and I'll give it a 5. I'm going to go right down the middle because I know that some people are going to love this fucking movie, whereas like Okay, take that back. 4.5. I'm gonna give it 4.5.
And
I
say,
was
some
thinking like
people-
5's too high.
But I was gonna
5
say,
is
like,
too high.
some people are gonna love this movie, but do you love this
No.
movie? This is your rating.
This isn't a movie that like wasn't unwatchable to me. It wasn't unwatchable.
No.
Like it was for Josh apparently. But like for me, I
Very
just felt
unwatchable.
like there were because there were a lot of cool things. Like whenever it got towards the end and past all the psychedelic crap, and finally just like got into the part where like what the fuck is going to happen with this character? Where's he going to end up? That stuff got cool to me. That's whenever it started getting like whenever Mia Goth loses her shit. I think the real beginning of that was whenever they fired into the bus and he started to run for his fucking life.
Yeah.
You know,
The
and
problem
whenever-
is
I
that
don't
lasts
agree.
for this much of the time.
I know
and
that's the
can't-
shitty part.
I
Like,
don't agree with that. I think she started losing it when he
I mean, she was losing it before that, obviously. But like,
when he went into his room and locked her out and she couldn't come in.
well,
That's
yeah,
when
obviously,
she started
yeah.
fucking losing.
But that's
her
where
shit.
he also that happened directly after that. Though.
Yeah,
or you went or before that.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I think 4.5 is fair, and I don't know. I think that there's a decent movie to be had here. I don't. It's nothing I'll ever watch again. Like it's
That's
not-
where I was
You
at
think
with
it'll win
4.
awards?
No, hell no.
No, I don't think it will.
Hell no.
I don't think it will. I don't.
Well, I don't know. We're talking about Hollywood. They might have some.
I don't think it
fucking-
will.
No.
So there's.
I agree with
point
him.
that
I
we're
don't
gonna
think
look up like Rotten Tomatoes and.
Yeah, we're about to do that.
Yeah.
Actually, we're gonna do that right now.
We're gonna be like 9.2.
So
you would be surprised.
Yeah, I
you would
not
be surprised. Like there have been movies where we're like, "Oh, this is easily a 90%er," and then you're like 65%.
It was just
What
like
the
we
fuck?
were
Yeah, what
talking
was that
about.
one?
It was Joker. Yep,
Joker, yeah.
Joker,
Joker
yeah,
was at
Joker was like, yeah,
69%.
Joker was at a
It was-
69,
And we all thought.
and we were
it'd
like,
be high.
"Really?" I was like,
And it
"That's-
wasn't a joke.
Yeah, they had somebody critiquing it saying.
Okay,
they thought
so
it should have been a joke.
We're gonna go ahead and get into the
Comedy.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Have you guys seen The Island?
Huh?
A long time ago.
The Island.
The Island, yeah.
I don't think I've seen
That was
it.
about cloning.
Yeah, it's about rich people that clone themselves just in case something happens to them.
Yeah, they have those extra organs.
Hmm.
I
then
think
they
I
think
think
they
I
won the
remember
lottery.
that. I just don't think I've watched it.
And their clones escaped. It's a
Sons
good
of
movie.
bitches. I paid all that money.
Yeah, but dude,
Where's my kitty, bitch?
what's her face? Scarlett Johansson in that movie. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like she was gorgeous.
I
in
hate
that
Ewan
movie.
McGregor
You hate Ewan McGregor? Why? What
on
is
a
wrong with
personal
you?
level.
On a personal level?
Yeah, we don't get along.
Okay.
No, I don't like him.
So am I allowed to look it up now?
No.
No,
No, we're still not.
No, you have to
no.
guess.
We
man.
we don't we
Oh,
don't
I
we don't
forgot.
look. We guess.
Have
and
you
then
ever
he
listened
tells
to our
us.
podcast?
No, apparently not.
Apparently
not
hasn't.
this far in.
Not this far in.
10 minutes.
you,
I'm
Josh.
done.
Fuck
What a
you,
dick.
buddy.
It's like trying to watch a movie, guys. It's 3 hours long.
Okay.
Does he ever let you guys look it up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
whoever
whoever-
hosts.
whoever's
It's usually
hosting.
whoever's
Whoever's
hosting.
hosting.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's go with the critics' ratings here first. So it's 1 out of 100%, and then you try to guess within the best of your ability, like the best of your knowledge, the closest score to what you think the critics' score is.
Critical Darling, 88.
88%.
Fuck you.
What do you got, Eric?
I'm going to go 78.
78. What do you think, Josh?
75.
75. Karen's gonna take it. It's 86%.
The fuck?
Certified fresh on the tomato matter.
Critics are idiots.
Critics
Yes,
are
they are.
idiots, dude. They probably saw this like, oh my god, it's a cinematic genius. Cinematically, it's.
Well, they just saw me.
Why did I just sound like Donald Trump? Like
You did. You did. You literally did.
They made this in China.
they made this in. They must have made this in China. Little Chinaman. All right, so audience score
78.
78,
67.
67,
5-2.
52. Josh, you got it, buddy. It's
Ooh.
51%. So this was
You know your people.
this is not didn't strike too well with the audience, obviously,
Obviously.
Yeah.
because we're the
Good.
audience.
Yeah, we're the audience.
So here's the critics' consensus. Turbulent waters, even for strong swimmers, Infinity Pool provides a visceral, all-inclusive retreat of Cronenbergian. Wow. So there's two of them now. It has to be like, it's
I-
now a religion, apparently.
I hate
Now it's a cult.
yeah.
I hate it when they use too many like of the movie terms like turbulent waters.
Yeah,
and
right,
even
right,
Oh,
right.
shut up.
Retreat of Cronenbergian perversion for those wanting to escape commercial sundries. Shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you just made up a bunch of words,
And
threw them in a
jumbled them
sentence, and
together.
said, "This is how great it is. Look at my big words." Fucking queer.
They
Okay,
are, they
so-
are all actually real words, though.
I know.
Still.
Okay, so this is what the audience says. Infinity Pool is definitely a wild time, but when it's trying to be scary or provocative, it's often just confusing. Yeah, no shit. You got that too, huh? Let's see here.
Sounds like we hit the
that's-
nail on the head with our analysis.
Oh, Amanda the Jedi was one of the critics here. That's cool. I watch a lot of her YouTube stuff. She's pretty awesome.
Which was she? One of the
She's one of the
naysayers?
no. She's one of the real critics.
No, but did she have anything good to say or bad to say?
Apparently, she said she gave it a 3 out of 5,
Mm.
and she said, regardless of how you feel about the movie, nothing feels quite like Brandon Cronenberg. Okay, that's saying nothing. You're just saying that. Oh yeah, it's Brandon Cronenberg.
That's a lot of words to say nothing.
Yeah. All right, so
We like the bad reviews, whether we.
oh,
like
we
them
love
or
the
not.
bad reviews because sometimes they're fucking
There's some gold
hilarious.
ones.
On
in
our
there.
first podcast, we did a movie, right? And this person reviewed it and was like, "I was 5 episodes in before I realized."
Well,
that I
we
hated
did
this.
House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah, and we're like 5 episodes.
It's a movie, and then we
Movie,
realized,
sir.
oh, they must have been talking about
The
House on
Haunted Hill.
No, it was
Or, I'm sorry, the Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
Haunting of Hill House. They must have, but they went in and
went to the wrong-
reviewed the wrong thing. Shit's funny. So, all right, here's a half a star. It says, as a fan of insane cinema, I had high hopes going into this. So did I.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were very soon dashed. The Saving Grace was my first introduction to Mia Goth. I agree. Her presence on the screen bewitched me. I look forward to watching her career more. Besides enjoying watching her, I felt the movie was quite bad. Okay, you weren't funny at all. Okay, this guy gave it a 1 star. Said this was bad, very bad. That's what I said.
That was my review.
That was
I
yours.
was looking
Just
for it.
bad. Okay, so here's another 1 star. Very strange movie. Wasted 2 hours of my life, hoping for explanation at the end, but just kind of fades. What the fuck? Maintenance in progress. Fuck you, Rotten Tomatoes. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? It like just
Fuck
went
you
to
and your
maintenance in progress.
podcast.
Wasted 2 hours of my life, hoping for explanation at the end of just kind of fades. Not worth watching.
Maintenance in
agree.
progress. What
Agreed.
kind of rating is that?
Right?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
There's something
Going?
coming out for this movie we did not know about.
Okay, well now I think Rotten Tomatoes. Oh wait, hold on. Rotten Tomatoes don't want to work anymore. Fuck you.
They're listening to our podcast.
I don't think they want to. Doesn't want to cooperate now. Oh, their website's being stupid. Okay, well I guess that's the end of our Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah.
segment because now their website's being dumb. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, here we go. All right, here's a half a star. Possibly the worst film I've ever seen. This must be Josh, but
Yeah.
your name is Chrissy.
That's my alias.
Oh, okay. Chrissy. Chrissy L. As in Chrissy Love. Possibly the worst film I've ever seen since the start of this year. Lots of sex and violence, which is obviously the director's selling point or pull factor for this movie. Or
No.
for his movie. Nothing in this movie that reflects the description of the movie. Might as well title the movie Infinity Pool Sex. The
Yeah.
movie.
Pretty much.
Infinity Pool Sex. Here's a half a star. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. This must be you. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. Feel like I just wasted 2 hours of my life. Here's another one. Half star. Pretentious and dull. That is the best 2 words you could have said for this movie.
You know, usually we hate those kind of
right,
reviews, but that's
But that's
perfect.
that's pretty spot on right there. There's a 1 star. As a line from the film Infinity Pool has nothing to say and lacks the words to say it. Full review on Medium. Infinity Pool, blah blah, whatever. Shut up.
So I'm curious, on a 1 to 5, what do you guys give it?
Well, it's be the same. If it's a 1 out of 5, then I guess mine would have been like
A
a
1.5.
1.5. Yeah, 1.5.
Oh, 1.5 for me.
For you guys?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Here's a 1-star cult horror movie, and the villain is overacting way too much in its last act. It could be better and shorter. What?
The last act's the only part that's actually
Yeah,
good.
I was gonna say, and a cult horror movie. Okay, whatever. Overacting, what the fuck? That's Mia Goth, dude. I thought she did great. She was the best part of the whole movie.
She was.
Maybe he went into it thinking, "Oh, I just wanted a movie
She
full of
does
sex."
Psycho like.
Oh, so well, dude.
Oh my
So
God.
well. Okay, well, that's all I'm gonna do for the Rotten Tomatoes stuff.
She wasn't a stand-up for me.
She wasn't?
No.
Oh, I loved her. I thought she was great.
Like,
She
I
was the
honestly
best
didn't
part.
know who Mia Goth was.
She's been in X, Pearl. She's really breaking out with those two movies.
Maxine.
And then she's got Maxine coming out here, which is the third entry to those movies.
I think I've never heard of it.
She's kind of breaking out, as in, like, Joseph kind of said it best, like, all those older horror icon movies where, you always had, like, the psycho guy, right?
Yeah.
She's doing that, but she's more like, she's a chick.
Yeah, so
And she's
like
really, you can't really call her a
if you watch
scream
X,
queen 'cause she's
if you
the
watch
villain.
X, it's about a bunch of kids that go to this farm and rent out this guy's like summer house or whatever it is, and to film a porn.
Yeah.
And you've seen it?
I've not seen it. I've
Yeah, so
It's very good.
it's a
I've
very
never
good
seen
movie.
previews
It's
or
almost
something
it's
about it.
almost very it's a slasher. But like they do it in such a weird
It
way,
flips
and it's
it
really
on
good
its head.
because
You
she
don't-
she doesn't just play the young version, like this up and coming wannabe porn star, but she also plays the old lady who's killing everybody. So she plays two different roles. And then the second movie, which is called Pearl, is about that old lady who Mia Goth also plays. And then Maxine is about her character from the first movie that survives all of that. And I don't know what exactly that's going to be about, but it'll be interesting. I haven't seen Pearl yet, so it's out. I just haven't watched it yet.
But yeah, that was where my joke came from. Like, X is about a bunch of, pornographers filming a porn, and it had less sex in it.
Yeah, it really, yeah. I mean, it gets it's graphic at
Sure.
times too,
But in ways that make sense.
yeah, exactly. Like they're filming a porn, it makes sense for the movie.
Sure.
So, but like in this
But it
case,
still had less sex.
it still had less sex. Exactly. It's also got like Jenna
and less
Ortega in
less
it, and-
graphics. Or less,
Yeah.
it was less graphic.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie. Like I think that Mia Goth is gonna she's going somewhere with her
Yeah.
career, and I hope she sticks to horror movies and things like that because I think she does great. But
Yeah.
I think that moving, I can't get behind this one.
No. I
No.
agree.
You know.
Agreed 100%.
So are we gonna recast this?
No.
We can try.
How do you though? I mean,
I was
like-
trying to think of another, like, crazy bitch.
Well,
But-
we always got to put the sunny people in it.
Yeah, but, I mean, D can't be that. She would just come off as,
No, Pearl, or I mean, I don't even know the girl's name from the movie. I can't remember. So
hold-
I'm
hold
definitely
up.
if we're gonna recast this with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. People,
Gabby. Her name was
so
Gabby.
that's definitely Danny DeVito's
Who
character.
was it?
Gabby.
Gabby?
Yeah.
You're gonna
Fuck yeah, dude. All the way. All the
Danny
way.
DeVito's
That's
Gabby.
Danny DeVito. Could you imagine him leaning over the back of that car? Why you running? Or how'd she say it? Why are you running, you little baby? That's Danny DeVito, man.
And her husband is Charlie.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And then so the main I don't know, but then again, Dennis is a psycho. Is the psycho?
Yeah, but he's not a girl either, though. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I've never seen Always Sunny.
yeah, that's a problem.
It is a problem because it's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is amazing.
I don't know. I think you do better though to
No, we always put Wanda Sykes in there. So I think Wanda Sykes would be good as the female.
give me my pen
Crazy
before you keep
bitch.
clicking it. Matt. Okay.
Here,
Have it
take
your way. You're the one that always got pissed about
I
that.
did. I was like, God damn it, Matt. I'd always smack his hand or something. Like, stop. So I don't even know how to recast
Yeah,
this. I'll be honest with you.
I know.
couldn't.
Because I didn't even write anything down because I
I
was
thought
like,
about it a little bit. I'm like, God damn.
I
how do you
literally wrote
recast
down
it? This
crazy-
movie's such a downer that you're like, how do
Yeah.
you?
I literally
couldn't
wrote
even
down
imagine
crazy.
trying to make a comedy out of this or something.
I wrote down crazy bitch, and I was like, I don't even want to.
Yeah,
Oh.
I put their names down, but I couldn't come up with characters for them. I was just done with it. I was done with the movie. I'm sorry. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, we usually
Let's
try to
go ahead and
recast
skip
it.
this part. Let's I need that pen back, by the way.
Jesus.
I gotta write one more thing down. So do you guys want to jump into, Karen, how much trivia you got?
Very little.
Really?
Sweet.
Let's go ahead and jump into trivia.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
I'm allowed to answer these.
I actually
Well,
went,
they're not questions.
Yeah, this
well,
is
it's not a trivia game. It's
Yeah.
just the trivia.
What you got there?
So I went to like a bunch of different sources to try and find more trivia.
There's probably not a lot on
Yeah,
some
no.
newer movies, so
I eventually just went to IMDb, and I hate going to IMDb because I think that they just have the lamest
trivia.
But okay, so originally rated NC-17 for some graphic violence and sexual content.
Sure.
After an unsuccessful appeal for an R, Neon edited the film to get the desired rating. The uncut version was screened at Sundance, while the edited version was released in theaters.
So wait, which one was worse?
The NC-17 one was the one that they released at Sundance. The one that we
So
saw.
he wanted more graphic violence and nudity.
It's NC-17, and we saw the R, which is.
I'm glad we didn't get that version.
Is NC-17 worse than R?
Mhm.
Yeah, it has more like violence and sexual content.
It's essentially their version of, it's like your blockbuster movie version of X, rated X.
Yeah.
Can you see an NC-17 movie in the theaters?
No.
No.
I don't think they release
No,
NC-17
they don't
in the
release
theaters.
NC-17. If they do, it's in special theaters. You know, the kind that
They'll release it
Huey
on
Herman went
Blu-ray
to.
at some point, like
One of
with
Oh,
those.
the sticky floors.
With the
those.
sticky
Those are
floors.
usually the ones they call like the director's cut or
Mhm.
something like that, or the extended unrated. You know what I mean, like that kind of shit.
Yeah. This made more money in its first week than Crimes of the Future did in its entire theatrical run. The latter film was
I didn't even know
directed.
Crimes of the Future was even in theaters, dude.
I'm just telling
I thought
you.
it just went to streaming.
I don't know what it is. I'm just reading you the trivia that I found. The latter film was directed by Brandon Cronenberg's father, David Cronenberg. It is rumored that Robert Pattinson was offered the lead role but passed. Good job. That's it.
How much did this movie cost to make versus what did it make in the box office?
I can look that up. I think they got that on.
It should be on.
Should have that on IMDb, shouldn't
It usually does.
they? Let's see here. So, where's it at?
I'm telling you, I could not find much.
So the box office was 5.1 mil.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Opening weekend. So domestic opening weekend was 2.5 mil. It grossed 5 million. Worldwide gross was 5 million.
I put an infinity pool budget, and they cost between 55 and 130,000 to put an infinity pool in.
Good, no.
Oh. An actual infinity pool.
I was
yeah.
just curious if it made money or if it just fell on its face in the first week. And
No, it.
Right.
Yeah, it made a lot of money. It's still making money according to this.
is it still in theaters?
No, it's on digital now.
Yeah.
I'm sure it might be in some theaters,
You
but
helped.
We almost went to the theater and seen this.
Yeah.
aren't you glad you didn't?
Well, I had to get popcorn out of it, so it made it worth it.
I would have gotten popcorn out
The
of
very first review on IMDb says a mess of a movie.
it. A mess of a movie. It is a mess.
of a movie.
It is a huge mess. It's sad because at certain points in the movie it's just incoherent. You know, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And why is this happening? And it's almost like the editor didn't know how to chop this movie together.
The sad
know?
part is like the potential was there, and you could almost see it.
You had a
shine
great,
through
yeah.
in
It was,
certain
yeah,
scenes.
exactly.
And
Because
it's so
you had a
sad.
great concept here, and had it been better written and more coherently written and directed, you could have had a great movie.
For sure.
But instead, you fell flat on your face because you wanted to take this more artistic route. What?
You got a little red battery.
Oh yeah, battery's dying, which is weird. It's lasted longer than usual.
Yeah, it has.
Usually it don't last this long.
That's weird.
You were only an hour and a half in, so
Yeah, but usually it only lasts about an hour.
that's true
Which
too.
is weird. But yeah, did that just pop up?
I just seen it.
Oh, that's probably gonna shut
30
off.
seconds.
Oh damn it! Just all kinds of problems out of the camera again. Oh, we're blurry, blurry. Come on,
Focus.
The only
focus,
handsome is blurry.
focus.
I'm trying to start a trend here.
Oh.
I'm gonna put it in the leaflet for the next guest.
He's gonna go home and start making them up and printing them out. Like, all right, here, hand these out to your next guest.
It's funny.
What you can and can't do, and
Yeah, apparently there's a list.
Start smacking his hand. No.
I'm over here with a ruler. No. So anyway, I think that about sums up. This is a short one, isn't it?
Yeah, it
this
is.
is the shortest
Maybe
one
we
we've
should have done news today.
It's a horrible movie.
Yeah, there's just not much to say.
There's
other
not
than,
a lot to say about it. I kind of thought that too. Like, I don't feel like this movie's going to take that long to talk about
No.
because
No.
there's not a lot to say other than, like, it's just,
Unless somebody wanted to
Dog
argue
shit.
about it. Like, this is the best fucking movie I've ever seen.
oh, please
and
fucking
you guys
message us and
suck.
tell us
And
how
I was
great
open
it
to like
is.
one of you guys being like, now let me tell you why it's awesome. I'm
Look,
like, lay it on
I
me,
actually like those conversations. If somebody can change my mind, like if you can point out something to me that I didn't consider, by all means.
Right.
I'm still trying to convince you to. Why wouldn't you want to kill people and get away with it, or rob a bank?
Oh no, I'd rob a bank all day long.
But then you still got to get.
You guys still got to
still have
kill yourself.
or watch yourself die.
Well, no, I just meant like in regular life. I'd rob a bank if I knew I'd get away with it, but like not
Well, who
not.
wouldn't? Who wouldn't rob
Yeah.
a bank? Like you get away with it and be like, I don't know, my morals. you
But
know?
no, I'm just saying like I wouldn't
Morals.
kill somebody, including myself.
Well, how about you just walk on in there and just give me the money so I don't have to rob the bank?
But I could totally watch myself die if I knew there was like $3 million sitting back in my hotel room. I'm like, oh, this is horrible.
No, no,
Oh no!
Scrooge McDuck my money.
no.
Scrooge McDuck my money.
There's no way. It'd
McDuck
fuck me
my
up
money.
for life. There's no way.
I'd be like, sign me up again for next week.
God.
I'll be back.
No,
Yeah. I
On
don't.
this island, we're going.
I'm not.
We're gonna see what it's all about.
Where is it? Fictional or not, I want it to happen. All right, so well, we know where Josh's morals stand. Like he's like, fuck it.
If I can get away with it, it's getting away with.
Oh
Wade
man, I
with.
can't wait
Getting
till your
a Wade
mom
with.
watches this one. She's gonna be like, "What kind of boy did I
What
raise?"
is wrong with you, Josh?
I don't know. I want to see like the comment section. I want other people to be on my side.
We don't get a lot of comments
No, we
on the
don't
videos.
get
We
Yeah.
encourage it, but
yeah, but nobody ever does.
yeah.
I can't wait to get to work tomorrow. I'm making all kinds
Movie
of
still
jokes.
sucks,
guys
but I'd still kill
I kill all
myself.
kinds of people.
I'd do it.
Josh's coworkers are like, no.
Like, I think we should steer clear of him. He's not the person we thought he was. Worked with him for 18 years, and he's kind of weird.
I didn't know his morals go this way.
I just don't see a downside.
I just don't see a downside. I just don't see a downside. Like, you unalive yourself, man. Come on.
You don't have any
Yeah, but,
sympathy
like-
for the double.
But you're fine. Like it's like it's not.
But your
really you.
psyche, like, I
It's
know
not
what
real.
I know what it would do to me. It's not
I don't
real.
know, man. I think that he says this until it would come about, and he'd be like, hold on a fucking minute. Like,
I'd be 100% sign this for your double, and he'd be like, "What? Sign what?" And he'd be like, "Or we go to jail or die." And I'm like, "See you boys later."
do you agree to be
So-
doubled? Yes.
So what if you didn't know about this whole double thing and dying thing, and they came to you and were like, "All right, you have to die or sign this, make a double, and watch yourself die"? I mean, you would.
Well, I
sign
think
that
you
in a
wouldn't know what
heartbeat,
you were
right?
getting yourself into, so you'd sign it the first time, but then like you'd see it happen, and then you'd be like, I mean, I would.
Then you'd be like,
no,
I'd walk the fuck away from that situation for sure.
You'd
There's
be
no
like,
way
"Well,
I'm.
this wasn't so bad."
No,
No, I don't think I would. I don't think I would, man. Like, I don't think I would be that way.
no, not at all.
He's gonna go to the gym tomorrow and be like, so we listened to the podcast, and what the
You
fuck
are
is
banned.
you are no longer allowed
You
to be
can't
here.
come back.
You're gonna drop a barbell on somebody's face, and then can I be doubled? Like,
Local man arrested today demands a double. We don't know what he's talking about.
That's the movie. That's the recast. That's it. This would make so much a better movie if they would have just been like, let's make this retarded fucking comedy where this guy kills a guy and he demands to be doubled, but nobody knows what the fuck he's talking about. The fuck are you? Haven't you seen Infinity Pool?
And you can do like a 12 Monkeys style where there's like this one guy that does believe him, and so then the audience is like, oh, he's gonna get out, or what, you
Yeah.
can do this whole like 12.
Yeah, like I believe you, man. I've been doubled too.
Yeah.
Like,
Just eggs them on.
come with me. I'm going to show you the underground where they keep all the
I'll
doubles.
take you to where
It's
they
just,
do it.
it's just
Yeah.
mannequins underground.
Yeah. Yes.
See, I knew we'd get there some way.
Yes. It's just a bunch of mannequins. It's like, this one's you. Like, dude. That is a mannequin wearing a tutu. Like, what the
We
fuck are
still
you
have to
talking
keep
about?
Brad
It's old
Pitt as
Greg.
the 12 Monkeys guy.
Oh, yeah.
With the weird eye.
Oh, man wants to be double, but we have no fucking clue what he's talking about. What the hell is wrong with you? Josh? Knock it off.
I'd do it.
That's great.
God.
Well, there's our movie pitch. All right, so
Charlie's the guy trying to
I
be
think
doubled.
that's gonna about wrap us up here this week.
Yeah.
So don't forget to we're working on a Patreon. We're kind of coming up with stuff for that. Not that you guys actually want to pay for any of our extra content, but
It's just an idea at this point in case anybody
Yeah,
ever
right,
does.
right. Yeah, so we can start building that content up. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twatter, and obviously, if you're watching this, then you're already on our YouTube. But also check out us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, and obviously Apple Podcast. Also, look out for more of our TikToks. We're working on that shit. Well, I'm supposed to be anyway.
You keep saying that.
What? I've got a few up. They're just old. I just need to make more. They take time. And time is something I don't have a lot of.
Expertise.
Especially these days. Since I started this shit, you guys have no idea how much time this podcast takes to do.
I lost 2 hours
well,
of
what
my
movie
life
are
watching
we-
that stupid movie, so
You might have watched it anyway, though,
I
regardless.
wouldn't have stuck around that long.
He's like, I don't know, man.
He tried. He gave it
I
his.
did my bestest.
What movie are we watching next week?
Oh, yeah, next week we are going to do Knock at the Cabin, the M. Night Shyamalan movie starring Dave Bautista and some other peeps. I've already
Weasley.
watched it. Huh?
Ronald Weasley.
Oh, Ron Weasley. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name? Rupert Grint.
Yeah.
Grint.
Grint.
Weasley.
Yeah, it's Weasley. It's Ron Weasley.
It's a Weasley.
So we're gonna watch that for next week. I've already seen it, but I'm gonna watch it again for the podcast.
You would.
And I'll throw a small hint out there. I'd watch it. I'm gonna watch it again with.
Obviously, you're gonna watch it.
Well, I
again.
mean, I'm
Goofy?
I'm not against watching it again.
Can I rate it now?
Yeah, go ahead and rate it, but don't give us.
I'm just gonna drop a number. That's it. No,
Okay.
nothing else.
Okay,
I give it an 8.
an 8.
An 8.
This
Okay.
coming from a guy who went from a 0
Well, he went
to
from
an 8.
0, so like I'm gonna give it like a
Yeah, knock on
12.
the
You're gonna give it a 12. This movie was amazing.
12 out of 10.
Knock on the Cabin Door was 8 times better than this whatever movie we just watched.
Infinity Pool.
So if I take that from my 3, I'm at 11.
If you're telling me that it's 8 times better than Kung Pao, I'm over,
He's like,
I'm
this is gonna be
over-
the
I'm
best
over the
movie
hill.
ever.
Yeah, if it's 8 times better than Kung Pao.
I don't
over
know
the
about
hill.
that. That's saying
Yeah,
a lot.
that's greatest movie ever.
And I've seen the movie
That's
too.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Kung Pao is fucking top notch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if this is 8 times better than Kung Pao, then this might be a 10er.
It's a 10er. Before we even watched it, it's a 10er.
It's a 10er.
Kung Pao's the worst movie.
Nope.
It is not the worst movie. Trust me, you've not
Show
seen
us
a lot of movies. If you think that's the worst movie ever.
Bye bye.
The squeaky shoes.
I think
Again with
you
the
need to watch it with a group of people. I think you need to watch it with a group of people so that you can better enjoy it with others.
I watched it at the theater.
I watched it with him
Hey.
when he was young.
My nipples look like milk duds.
I don't think that watching it at the theater you're gonna get like really. I think that's a movie that needs to be more viewed at home
yeah, with people
with
that are
people
like
and
minded.
The
a good
dog.
popcorn
The
night.
dog.
dog.
Right, yeah,
The
like-
dog.
Again one day.
The dog.
I think if you watch it with people who actually appreciate the movie, you'd find more of an appreciation for it.
I've tried showing that. I've told people about that movie, and they come back like, "What the fuck did you make me watch?"
It is very ridiculous. You know what other movie it reminds me of is
the net.
what's that? Kung Fu Hustle. Have you guys seen Kung Fu Hustle?
What is it?
Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Reminds me kind of of that a little
Kung Fu
bit.
Hustle is great. Have you
Yeah.
seen that? Oh God, I still need to watch. Was it soccer?
By the
soccer-
same.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
Shaolin.
Yeah,
Shaolin
Shaolin
Soccer.
or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that one too.
All right, but anyway, people.
Yeah, we digress. Sorry.
Yeah, we digress.
Couldn't
So join us next week. We'll be talking about Knock at the Cabin Door. Is that your bye? They can't hear you wave.
They can see me.
on
I'll wave to
YouTube.
me tomorrow.
Let's face it, you get more views than you do listens.
Yeah,
So we do actually get a
people
lot
like
more.
to see us. I guess.
So all right, so join us next week for Knock at the Cabin. I keep wanting to say Cabin Door, but it's not. Just Knock at the Cabin, and
I thought it was knock at the cabin door.
it's not. It's Knock at the Cabin.
It is knock at the cabin.
Yeah, I kept saying Cabin Door too, and
Knock
it's
to the
not.
cabin door.
It
Well,
should
I've
be.
seen it, and they did knock on the door.
Dude,
This is also based
read
on.
that
This
at
movie's
first, like,
actually
while
based off of a
vacationing
book.
While a vacationing girl for a second.
This movie's based off of a book. It's a book.
Yeah, I heard that.
The ending is different though. So the ending
I
is
need a new
different in the
notebook.
book.
In the book, it is.
Yeah.
Is that because of the media change, or is it
No, I think it's a no, because they could have done it.
they
for
could
the
have done it
movie.
just
yeah,
like
they
the
could have
book?
done it in the movie for the
Okay.
as the book. So I don't know if it was like I think it was an M. Night Shyamalan personal choice. Just watch the movie and then we'll get into like the ending of the book too because
Yeah, that's
I know
fine.
the ending of the book also.
Yeah, I'm
like-
interested. I like to know that.
so, but anyway, next week, Knock at the Cabin. Okay, we'll see ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That's wrong.
Bye bye.
So bye.
So what
Bye
happens
bye.
if the camera dies halfway through?